Good morning, students. How are you? I think all of you are fine. I am also fine. Today, I want to conduct a class on English second paper, and already I have written on the board the name of the topics. Completing sentences. You know that in my previous two classes I also discussed the rules of completing sentences, and today I also want to discuss the rules of completing sentences, and I think today's class is very important for all of you. So I request all of you to stay with me till the end of the class, because if you stay with me till the end of the class, I think all of you will be benefited. My dear learners, in my previous class I discussed conditional sentences, that means if plus present indefinite plus future indefinite. Today, if plus past indefinite plus comma plus past conditional, or past conditional plus if plus present indefinite. Now try to follow me. I am going to write some examples, and if you follow me, then everything will be very clear to you. Okay? If it rained, comma, then you have to complete the next part of the sentence. Another sentence, I would help you if, and all of you know the structures of present indefinite, that means subject plus V1 plus extension. And what would be the structure of past conditional? I am going to write that subject plus would oblique might plus V1 plus extension. That means if is used at the beginning of a sentence, sorry, I have written something wrong, please. Past indefinite, subject plus V2 plus extension. I have, this structure is correct because here I have written the right structure, but in this sentence the latter part was not correct. I have written the correct part, and now follow me. Past indefinite, subject plus V2 plus extension, and try to follow me. If, and latter part will be past indefinite. So what would be the structure of past indefinite or simple past? Subject plus V2 plus dot dot dot. Now comma has been used here, and the next part of the sentence will be written following this structure. That means past conditional form And what will be the correct structure of past conditional? You have to use a subject, then you have to use either would, could, might plus V1 plus extension, but it will depend upon the meaning of the sentence, upon the meaning of the sentence. So, if it rained, I can write such like that, I would go out with an umbrella. Now, try to follow me whether I have I followed this structure or not. I think past conditional, subject, would, next V1, next extension. So, I think I have followed the right structure that has been written on the board. Now, you can write the sentence in such a way. This one is affirmative, but we can write this part in negative sense. Then what will be the correct form of the sentence? I would not go out without an umbrella, or I would not go out. You can write till this part. Understand? I think you have understood this structure. Now, the second example. Follow the second example. I have written the past conditional at first, because this one is subject plus would plus V1 plus extension V1. So, this is the structure of past conditional. This is the structure of past conditional. Then you have to use if. Here if has been used. Now, the latter part of this sentence will be written following simple past or past indefinite form. Understand? Do you have any problem? I think you don't have any problem. Okay, then I can write, I would help you if you wanted. Now, this one is subject plus V2. So, this is the structure of past indefinite or simple past tense or simple past tense. Understand? Okay. Now, I can write another sentence. If I were a bird. If plus past indefinite. I would fly in the sky. I would fly in the sky. Okay? Or I can write down another sentence. If I were a rich man. Here if and simple past. So, the latter part will be or must be in past conditional form, that is called second conditional. Past conditional is called second conditional. I would help the poor. Or you can write the sentence in this way: I would help the poor if I were a rich man. If I were a rich man. Okay, I think this structure that has been discussed here today is very clear to all of you. Okay, now I am going to discuss another rule, that is called third conditional or past perfect conditional, and try to follow me. This rule is very important because from this three structure you will get one or two sentences in your exam. So you should learn this rule very carefully and mindfully. Okay. Now another rule is going to be discussed here. If plus past perfect tense plus comma perfect conditional or third conditional or third conditional plus if perfect tense. Okay, and I am going to write the structure of third conditional and past perfect tense. Here the structure will be like this: subject plus would have oblique would have or might have plus V3. This is the structure of third conditional. What will be the structure? The structure of third conditional will be like this, or dot dot plus dot dot or extension, and a structure of past perfect tense: subject plus had plus V3 plus extension. Okay. Now I am going to give you some examples following this structure, and you can also write some examples for yourself following this structure. If your structures, if these structures are maintained, then, and if the meaning is correct, or you can maintain semantic meaning, then you will be correct, your writing will be correct. Okay. Now I am going to give you some examples. Okay. Now I am going to write a sentence: if it had rained, comma, if its subject plus had plus V3. This is the structure of past perfect tense. Now, we have to follow this structure. I would have gone out with an umbrella. We have to check this part of the sentence whether I have maintained the rules or structure that has been written on the board. I have to follow this structure. I have to follow this structure. Now, subject. Here I is subject. Next, would have. From this three, you have to use a single one. You have used would have. Okay. Then V3. Here gone is V3. Subject. Here I is subject. And from this three, you have to use the appropriate one. Here I have used would have. Next, V3. Here gone is V3 and plus extension or dot dot. And this part is called of the sentence of this clause is called extension. Am I right? Yes, I am right. You are also right. Or you have written on your khata, you are also right. Okay. Now, I am going to give you another example. The boy would have passed the exam if. Now, follow this part of the sentence. This part of the sentence has been written following third conditional, the rules of third conditional, because here the boy is subject, then I have used would have, next V3, and this part is extension of this clause. Subject would have passed V3, the exam is here extension, then I have used if. So, we have to write the latter part of this sentence following past perfect tense. And what is the structure of past perfect tense? Subject plus had plus V3 plus extension. So, what I am going to write here, at first I have to use a subject here, then had. The boy would have passed the exam if he. Here he is subject. Next I have to use had. If he had, then I have to use V3. So, I can here V3 start it. If he had started seriously. Okay. This sentence is correct here because in this sentence the right structure of the sentence has been followed here, and already I have discussed three rules, and these three rules are very important for you. If plus present indefinite plus future indefinite, if plus past indefinite plus past conditional second conditional, if plus past perfect tense plus perfect conditional or third conditional. So my dear learners or my dear students, I think you will practice more and more from your textbook or from the books that are available to you, and it will be very helpful for all of you. And in my next class I shall try my level best to discuss some important structures of completing sentences. And today I like to stop here. Thank you all.